am delighted to be here, a part of this wonderful program, RimZhim. And I am really thankful to all the organizing members, the secretary and correspondent, all the teachers and the students, parents. Because as a teacher, I love to spend my time with the students always. When I was a student of government schools, not like corporate school or something like that. I studied did my early schooling in a government school in a very, very, very remote village. Most of you know that name of that school, village, Kotananduru. అక్కడ మాకు వర్షం పడినా ఎండ ఉన్నా ఆ రోజు స్కూల్ సెలవు. ఎందుకంటే క్లాస్ రూమ్స్ కంప్లీట్గా ఉండేవి కావు. బట్ వీ ఎంజాయ్డ్ అవర్ స్కూలింగ్. ఆఫ్టర్ దాట్ I came to my father transferred to Annavaram. Then I studied in government school. And I entered English medium schools only in my post graduation. That is when I was doing my masters in Andhra University. He was my junior by 2 years. Just now we came to know that. In the Andhra University, we both of us need MSc in some same university. Why I am telling all these things is not to boast myself. In the earlier education system, we used to have an integrated approach. But for the last 25-30 years, I have been observing this system, academic system, closely. Right from class 6, parents are crazy about whether my student will get a seat in IIT Kanpur, IIT Chennai, IIT Mumbai. In one way, we are successful because we don't have this rat race, what I can say. We never had this type of thinking in our minds, nor in our parents' minds. What would happen after 5 years? We used to live in that time, the given time. Why I am telling is this was the case around 30-40 years, how we learnt, how we studied. But unfortunately, last 20 years is a dark patch in the academic scenario of the country, only in India. Right from the day one a child takes birth in a home, the parents decide whether to go for engineering or medicine, as if there is nothing else in the world. Right? That's very unfortunate. But now last 3-4 years, because you are still children, you don't know the global trends of the academic scenario, but now things are moving again back to normal. And when we were kids, we used to have NTR, the mass hero, used to have a bell-bottom pant in movies like Batagadu and some songs movies. It was a big fashion those days. Now the days have come back again. Now bell-bottom is a fashion now. Like that, days are coming back. Now the government of India or the global scenario, what we call Washington Accord, they suggest globally that the students should be trained in an integrated way. Now if you say I am expert in mathematics, I don't need. If you say I am expert in computer science, I don't need. If I am good at programming, I don't need. What else you can do? What else you can do? That's why there are so many changes have been brought in academic scenario, higher education, to include or to mold the students into multifaceted personalities. I'll give you an example. We used to try for this IIT, to crack this IIT jam or whatever we call JEE or whatever it is, day and night, and only 1,500 seats across all IITs those days. Now IIT Chennai is giving a distance course now for 13 lakh students a year. IIT Chennai has started a graduation program called Bachelor of Sciences in Data Sciences. It's an online mode, 4 years online, you have to write the examination. 13 lakh students are writing the examination. IIT Chennai is sending its certificate to the home. 20 years back, 6 lakh students used to appear for the examination for 1500 seats. Now IIT Chennai is sending certificates to your home. That is the change that you can see in present trends. So what exactly you have to understand from this scenario is that in all top institutes, when we studied MSc mathematics, we used to learn topology, we used to learn functional analysis, we used to learn differential equation, all the subject experts. My son is doing his masters now in IISER Bhopal. He has a, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, he has selected mathematics. Honestly, I have never told him. He got 99.8 in JEE mains, he got in IITs, he got in NITs. He said, no, I won't go. I'll do masters in, I go to science research. Then I said, okay. Then he joined in IISER Bhopal, he is now in third year. And I follow his, I go through his curriculum, the syllabi that he has been studying. There is a paradigm shift. No comparison between what we did during our times and what they are doing now. Mathematics is not functional analysis, mathematics is not topology, mathematics is not differential equation, mathematics is not calculus now. In second, third year, they are dealing with control theory. In second and third year, they are dealing with drone technology. And what is the mathematics required for those technologies? Now things are intertwined. My dear friend, that's what I am saying. Now mathematics, say for example, engineering, bioengineering is completely different flavor completely. You need biology in your engineering. So what this thing is, you need to develop an interest towards all the subjects. You need to create sort of, give a space for all subjects. Don't go in the usual track. And I don't know, around 1,000 students here, I expect around 1,000 students here. How many of you will become some CEOs tomorrow? How many of you will become good movie stars tomorrow? We don't know. We don't know. Shall I tell you one interesting thing? I used to have a very close friend in MSc. We used to have go to mess. We have to lunch together, dinner together. And then we were very good friends. After MSc, he has chosen his field, I have chosen my own field. After 20 years, we met again in 2000 or 2001, maybe not 20 years, 7 or 8 years down the line. Then we exchanged pleasantries. Then he said, what are you doing? I said, I did my MSc PhD in mathematics with a lot of pride. Then asked him, what are you doing? He said, have you seen Nuve Kavali cinema? Yes. He is none other than your Trivikram Srinivas. Your Trivikram Srinivas. We used to go to mess together. We never expected that he would reach that level. He was a gem all the time. There is no doubt about it. He was alumni of Andhra University, our batch, MSc Physics. That's what I'm saying. ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళు ఎంతమంది మీరు ఆ స్టేజ్కి వెళ్తారో, ఎంతమంది you become Sri Charanes, and how many of you will become Harmanpreet Singh, how many of you become Smriti Inthanas, tomorrow Smriti Inthanas, how many of you become something else, we don't know. So I request, there are some parents also here, please don't force your kids, do this engineering, do this medicine, this is life. Please don't do this. They are designed for a different thing. You don't push them into a corner. If you leave them openly, what you have to do is just observe your kids and see what are their interests, list out their interest. Observe the interest, list out the interest. And if you can give some extra training in that direction, give some extra training to those, in those fields to the students, definitely that will bring them to the new heights, take them to new heights. But if you push them into the corner, just you have to do this, you have to engineer like this medicine, that means they'll settle it like this only. And now one more thing I want to say is, engineering sciences, you don't know how many of you are aware of it, but I am with it for the last 27 years, I know. the ins and outs of engineering services. IIT Mumbai, last year the pass percent, the placement record is just 46%. I know most of your parents who are here are very much eager to put your kids in our IITs. I am telling you, IIT Mumbai is known for its placements. Only 46% of students of IIT Mumbai could get a placement in 2024. What about the remaining 54%? Who will answer the question? You have dedicated so much, the parents have dedicated so much for their wards. But what happened? The global trends are changing. If you are just engineering graduate, nobody cares. Pursue your interest. I am very surprised to see these arrangements here, the type of programs you have conducted here. It's a nostalgic for me. I am just recollecting my school days. We used to participate in essay writing, debate, painting competition, running games, whatnot, every nonsense. Right? But again, I am seeing for almost all after 20-25 years, I am seeing that festive mood here again in Sri Prakash. I am very happy for that. That's what I am telling your secretary and correspondent. You nurture these qualities. You must be, when I saw some students coming forward and putting across their questions to the panel members, I was surprised to see the level of understanding of the students and the speakers. This guy is excellent, Sahasra is very good. The students really, they are really breaking. Now that is what is required. Communication skills are very important. Okay, please, I request all the parents, my request is not never for the students, my request is always for the parents. Please don't push your wards to the corners. Don't force them. Just you observe them. What are their talents? What are their interests? What is their way of thinking? They are creative. Sometimes they may be more innovative. Identify their interest and then train them accordingly. They will definitely bring laurels to you, your family, the society and the country. Without interest, మనకి తెలుగులో సామెత చెప్తారు కదా, గుర్రాన్ని మనం నీటి దాకా తీసుకువెళ్ళం, తాగించలేం. I know some students who got less than 1000 rank but failed in all subjects or maybe 70% of subjects in engineering. I have all examples. But please don't do that. And you guys, you students also, please inculcate, try to learn as many things as possible. Animation is a hot topic these days. What is animation? Those just if you have a good interest on sketching and what is creativity, then how to you see a building here. If you can create that building and design it on a piece of paper, that you become that is an interest that you have. That's a basis for animation. See this type of interest. See if you have, please nurture them. Let us nurture those interests or their native talents in the students. That is the only message I give after having so much of experience in teaching engineering students, MTech students, guiding PhD students. What I came to know is a single subject or single specialization has no meaning in this world, in today's world, in the coming years. Now let us see, pharmacy is there, pharmaceutical sciences, biology students generally prefer pharmacy after medicine. Now a lot of research has been going on robotics in pharmaceutical medicines. A lot of research has been going on robotics in surgeries. Artificial intelligence, just now the panel discussion has been completed. Artificial intelligence is been now used in almost all fields of engineering. There's an important question now. Artificial intelligence good, peril or boon? That's the question. I gave a talk at some other venue on artificial intelligence versus natural stupidity. Nobody understand it clearly. Artificial intelligence versus natural stupidity. So as the artificial intelligence applications of artificial intelligence is going up, Similarly, natural stupidity also growing on. We used to calculate 3-figure digit by 3-figure multiplication of 3-digit figure by 3-digit figure without using pen and paper, just for competition among the students. Let us say 313 into 712. No paper, no pen business. Can you multiply it? How many of the students can do that without using pen, paper? 313 into 712. Please raise your hands. Without using pen and paper. We used to do that. Now even for 3 by 3 they are using calculator. This is natural stupidity. This is natural stupidity. Don't use this artificial intelligence or electronic gadgets or maybe these things for these small things. They are designed for a different group. That is, as someone very aptly said, so we are living in a big data sets. We are living in huge data sets. So dealing with them, understanding with the data, analyzing the data is humanly impossible. Humanly impossible. So to have a clear understanding about the whole population, whole data of crores of elements in that, which is naturally impossible, humanly impossible, we take the help of artificial intelligence. What artificial intelligence does is, with an algorithm, it goes through completely, searches all the data sets and gives the information. That is the purpose of it, but not to kill your natural ability. But unfortunately, we are using it the other way. Okay. So, my dear friends, my opinion after so much of experience in engineering education is, don't stick to one specialization. What else you want? Till 5-6 years back, software industries or placement officers, they used to question the candidates, BTech graduates, MTech graduates in coding only. If you are expert in code, you got a job. Computer programming, right? That is more known as computer programming. If you are good at computer programming, you get a job. For the computer programming, students used to go to Hyderabad, they used to pay 3,000, 5,000 and learn the C programming or whatever it is. But now nobody cares for the programming skills, I'm telling you. They are using ChatGPT. It gives a 10,000 line program. They don't need, company does not need an expert now, a good expert in programming. They don't need you. So whatever concept we have, perception we had few years back about engineering and placements and jobs is now completely faded out. It's not what they see now. Now what they see now, how do you train a machine? The given data, how do you train a machine? How effectively train a machine? How effectively design an algorithm to retrieve the data from the machine? The level of this thing is, benchmark is changing now. Programming is outdated. Nobody is bothered about programming. So for that, you need to understand how to deal with data, how to deal with, you need mathematics, you need programming, you need basic understanding of the problem. Unfortunately, you are into a data or concerned with medical technology, you need to understand that terminology. Tomorrow, what is the program, your project you are going to get onto your table, nobody knows. You are working for a company, let us say, after a couple of years smooth drive, you will get a project on bioengineering or a biomedical or maybe some pharmaceutical company. You have to adapt yourself to the new terminology, new technology. That's what we are discussing now. AI has been in the limelight for the last few years. By the time everybody got some idea about AI, now quantum computing has come into the picture. Nobody is talking about AI now. I think what I have heard, our Honorable Chief Minister is talking on many a platform about quantum technology in Quantum Valley. What is the basis for Quantum Valley? For the last 20 years, all the universities have ignored sciences, basic sciences, maths and physics. But the quantum computing, I'm telling you, is completely a byproduct of math and physics. Whatever physics you study in electron revolution, azimuthal number, orbits. You are studying now all these things in 9th, 10th. Electron revolution, azimuthal number. These things, and then matrix theory, a combination of these things is giving quantum computing. Now what we are missing, what we are studying, don't get in a specialized way. Improve multifaceted, improve multifaceted talents. You have to learn physics, you have to be in biology, you have to learn economics, you have to learn history, all the things. So, and besides that, you must speak good, you have developed good communication skills, your natural talents, you have to, don't neglect them. Natural talents are God-given. Don't turn them down. Okay, I really appreciate the effort in bringing out the natural talents of the students by this school administration. 1,000 times I have gone on this highway to Visakhapatnam. Minimum 1,000 times by my car, but never entered this campus. I'm surprised. After entering this campus, I came to know so many things about this school and this quarters concept and the overall development of the students. This is wonderful. This is really a learning for me. I'm not here to teach you anything. I have come here, and definitely after going back, I'll say I learned something today after coming to this place. And once again, I sincerely thank the management, the teachers for inviting me. And now, see, the chief guest అనగానే జనరల్గా స్టూడెంట్స్ ఏదేదో మాట్లాడతారు, మనకు సంబంధం లేని విషయం చెప్తారు, తలకాయ నొప్పి అనే ఇంప్రెషన్లో ఉంటారు. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ టైప్. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ టు మేక్ ఇట్ యాజ్ sweet and small as possible, and I appreciate if some students come out with their doubts. Let us be interactive. If your timing permit, if the organizers say yes for it, I'll feel happy if some of the students come out with their doubts, if they have any doubts. Anything that comes to your mind. Need not be mathematics or physics or chemistry or engineering. Anything that comes to your mind, you can ask me. Yeah, please. There's some girl raising her hand. Some of you have wonderful writing skills. That's also God's gift. Keep on writing.
మనం ఏదైనా పని చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా అడిగి అప్పుడు వర్క్ చేయమంటారా?
In future, are you asking? In future, when we are working, do someone come, our in-charges come and check and
see, life lo rendu vishayalu I got it. Life lo rendu vishayalu naimma. వృత్తి ప్రవృత్తి అని రెండు ఉంటాయి. అంటే వృత్తి ప్రవృత్తి అని మీనింగ్ మీకు తెలియకపోవచ్చు, కానీ లిసన్ కేర్ఫుల్లీ. ఇప్పుడు మీ సెక్రటరీ కరెస్పాండెంట్ గారు ఉన్నారు, మీ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గారు ఉన్నారు, మీ టీచర్స్ ఉన్నారు. మీ సెక్రటరీ కరెస్పాండెంట్ గారు, మీ ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గారు ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ టైం టేబుల్ వేసి క్లాస్ చెప్పమని చెప్తారు టీచర్స్కి. టీచర్స్ వెళ్ళాలి, క్లాసులకు వెళ్ళాలి. మీ టీచర్సే కాదు, నేను కూడా క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళాలి. మా ప్రిన్సిపాల్ గారు టైం టేబుల్ ఇస్తే నేను వెళ్ళాలి, నేను టైం టేబుల్ ఇస్తే మా ఫ్యాకల్టీ వెళ్ళాలి. నేను ఫ్రీగా ఆలోచించమని చెప్పారు దీక్షితులు గారు మా రింజిమ్కి వచ్చి, అందువల్ల ఇప్పుడు నా క్లాస్ చెప్పాలని లేదు, నా క్లాస్కి చెప్పనంటే కుదరదు. గాట్ మై పాయింట్. ఎందుకంటే దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ప్రొఫెషన్, దిస్ ఈజ్ అవర్ డ్యూటీ, దిస్ ఇస్ అవర్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ. దేర్ ఇస్ నో ఇఫ్స్ అండ్ బట్ నో ట్యాగ్స్ టు దాట్, రైట్? అది మనం జీవించడానికి. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక ప్రొఫెసర్గా పనిచేస్తున్నాను, మీ టీచర్స్ ఉన్నారు, ప్రిన్సిపాల్స్ ఉన్నారు, లేకపోతే మీ నాన్నగారు మీ అమ్మగారు జాబ్ చేస్తుంటారు. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఫర్ అవర్ లైవ్లీహుడ్, వీఆర్ ఎర్నింగ్, దిస్ అవర్ డ్యూటీ, వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఇట్, నో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇన్ దట్. ఇది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, ఇది వృత్తి ప్రొఫెషన్, ఇది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత దెన్ రిమైనింగ్ టైం ప్రవృత్తి, దట్ దేర్ కమ్స్ యువర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్. ఓకే, ఈవినింగ్స్ 5కి ఇంటికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత నేను మళ్ళీ ఆఫీస్ ఫైల్ పట్టు కూర్చున్నాను అనుకోండి, that's not correct. After coming back home, refresh for some time, have a nice tea, I just go to my books, I read the books. That's my interest. I'm interested in sketching, I do something. I listen to music, I watch cricket matches, whatever it is. అంతేగాని ఇంటికి వచ్చి నేను మళ్ళీ కాలేజీ ఫైల్స్ పట్టుకొచ్చి కూర్చున్నా అనుకోండి, దెన్ వేర్ ఈస్ ద స్పేస్ ఫర్ లైఫ్? ఓకే, సే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నువ్వు చక్కగా పాటలు పాడుతున్నావు అనుకో, నీకు మంచి పాటలు పాడడం ఇష్టం అనుకో, స్కూల్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత చక్కగా 1.5 hours యూ ప్రాక్టీస్ సింగింగ్. నోబడీ షుడ్ స్టాప్ యూ. అలాగే మీ టీచర్స్ కూడా చాలామంది మంచి మంచి పెయింటర్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, స్కెచెస్ వేసే వాళ్ళు ఉండొచ్చు, మంచి ఇంట్రెస్ట్ గార్డెనింగ్ హ్యాబిట్స్ ఉండొచ్చు. ఏమి వాళ్ళకు కూడా మై సజెషన్, ఆఫ్టర్ గోయింగ్ బ్యాక్, ఫినిషింగ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ జాబ్, ఆఫ్టర్ గోయింగ్ బ్యాక్, ఫోకస్ సమ్ టైమ్, అలాట్ సమ్ టైమ్ ఫర్ దోస్ ఫ్యాకల్టీస్. దాన్ని ప్రవృత్తి అంటాం. ఓకే, నేను మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ చెప్పడం క్లాస్లో ఇంగ్లీష్లో చక్కగా చెప్తా, మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ చెప్తాను. నేను ఇంటికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ నాకు సంబంధం లే, అస్సలు సంబంధం లేదు. మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఏంటి అని అడుగుతాను నేను. మా పిల్లలకి నేను ఒక్కరోజు మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ చెప్పలే. దిస్ ఆనెస్ట్లీ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ. ఐఎమ్ ద వెరీ బ్యాడ్ టీచర్ ఇన్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ ఫర్ మై కిడ్స్. ఐ నెవర్ టీచ్ దెమ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్. ఐ టెల్ యూ గో అండ్ ఆస్క్ యువర్ టీచర్స్. That's all. Hope understand what I am saying. వృత్తి, ప్రవృత్తి. వృత్తి అనేది మనం జీవించడానికి కోసం, మన జీవనాధారం కోసం, లైవ్లీహుడ్ గురించి మనం చేస్తాము. ప్రవృత్తి అనేది మన ఇంట్రెస్ట్ గురించి, మన లోపల మనసు ఉంటుంది చూసావా, దానికి నచ్చే పని ఉంటుంది ఒకటి. నాకు టీచింగ్ అస్సలు ఇష్టం ఉండకపోవచ్చు, నాకు దేవుడు ఉద్యోగం ఇచ్చాడు పాఠం చెప్పరా అని నేను చెప్పాలి, తప్పదు, బతకాలి కదా, ఇంట్లో ఫ్యామిలీ నడవాలి కదా. మరి నాకు అస్సలు ఉండదు, నాకు ఇంటికి పాట పాడుకోవడం ఇష్టం. నాకు అప్పుడు గోయింగ్ బ్యాక్ హౌ టు సింగ్ హార్ట్ఫుల్గా, నేను చక్కగా హాయిగా పాడుకునేలా ఉండాలి. ఓకే, దట్స్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సెయింగ్.
We discussed that AI is replacing some jobs. So like with the growing population and all, there are some jobs that cannot be replaced by anything. That can only be done by humans. Can you suggest a few of those jobs so that
without using AI?
Something that AI can never replace.
Now it's never like that now. Now it's never like that. Now they, okay. Now I'm there, Dr. Dikshitli is there. You just do some survey. It's an example చెప్తాను మీకు. ఇప్పుడు now president of USA is Trump, Donald Trump. The second term he is the president. When he was the president for the first time in I think 2014 or 15 కదా, అప్పుడు అతని గెలవడానికి ముఖ్యమైన ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫ్యాక్టర్ ఏంటి, అతని టీమ్. వాళ్ళకి మళ్ళా ఉండదు మాస్ యూఫోరిక్ ఎలక్షన్ క్యాంపెయినింగ్ ఉండదు, వాళ్ళకి టీమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. వాళ్ళకి ఆ టీమ్స్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే, లెట్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కాన్సాస్కి వెళ్ళారు అనుకోండి, స్టేట్కి. ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్, ప్రెసిడెంట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, అతని ప్రెసిడెంట్ కాంటెస్టెంట్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కాన్సాస్లో ఉంది అంటే ఒక 20 days, 1 month, 2 months నుంచి అక్కడ టీం అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతారు. వాళ్ళ టీం అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయి అక్కడ లోకల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఏంటి, వాట్ ఆర్ లోకల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, హౌ టు అడ్రస్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ దేర్. దే హ్యావ్ ద డేటా అండ్ సర్వే ఫర్ ఆల్ ద ప్రాబ్లమ్స్, అండ్ దెన్ ది స్పీచ్ ఈజ్ ready made for the president contestant, and he just delivers the speech. Now I'm telling you, one of his very close associate of Donald Trump, he was my student in Gayatri Vidya Parishad. I came to know that after a long time, of so many years. And మీకు తెలియదేమో, పిల్లలకి తెలియకపోవచ్చు, మీకు తెలిసి ఉంటుంది. ఒక 10 years back we had the name Telugu boy associating Donald Trump. Have you heard of it? You go back 10 years newspapers చేసినట్లయితే, one Telugu boy of age 30, he helped Donald Trump in campaigning in US elections. He was a student of Amalapuram Goradathanam. Where is engineering, what he is doing? That's what I am saying. Now the same thing, now you just follow my talks for another 10-15 talks. Now follow avandi for the same group chudandi, you can make out something from out of my talk. The way I address, the way I answer the questions, the way I deal with the students, you'll have some idea. 15-20 talks రెగ్యులర్గా మీరు నా టాక్స్ని ఈ హై స్కూల్ స్టూడెంట్స్ నేను ఎలా మాట్లాడుతున్నాను, ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్, యూ కెన్ మేక్ అవుట్ ద అవుట్లైన్ హౌ ఐ స్పీక్. మే నాట్ బి ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ద సేమ్ థింగ్, సమ్టైమ్స్ ఇట్ మే డిఫర్ స్టాటిస్టికలీ. వి సే ఇట్ ఈస్ టెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ హైపోథెసిస్, లీవ్ ఇట్ మ్యాథమెటికల్లీ. But the general way of addressing students or addressing the issues, you can make out a plan, right? So, if you are my secretary, if I have next year again, if I come to a plan to come for this RimZhim, you can prepare an outline for my talk. Can you do it or not?
Yes, sir, but even AI, if given enough data, also can prepare a speech.
You can do that. Now, that's what I'm saying. The AI can help in all walks of life. Now, the question is, where is natural intelligence, not artificial intelligence? That is the question now. So, AI is now very dominating. But what I am saying is, they ask the students, can you multiply a 3-digit figure by 3-digit figure? How many of you do it? Teachers, at least, now. This is artificial intelligence or natural stupidity. You have to question yourselves. You got my point? So, if you increase the natural smartness, you will be more good at artificial intelligence also. Okay? So, don't neglect this. Artificial intelligence, okay, simply ga cheppukundam. Artificial intelligence is not for our level. That's I strongly believe. At least for these students' level. It's not for them. It's not for them. Say for example, రేపొద్దున మీ సెక్రటరీ గారు రేపొద్దున మళ్ళీ ఏదో మీకు ఇవాళ బుక్ ఇచ్చాం కదా, టాటా స్టోరేజ్ బుక్ ఇచ్చాం కదా, ఇవాళ బుక్ ఇచ్చాం, ఆరాష్ బుక్ నాకు ఇచ్చారు, ఇప్పుడు ప్రజెంట్ చేశారు ఇవాళ. సార్ మీరు నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ వచ్చి దీని మీద స్టూడెంట్స్ ఒక టాక్ ఇవ్వండి అన్నారు అనుకోండి. దీని మీద మా స్టూడెంట్స్ టాక్ ఇవ్వండి అన్నారు అనుకోండి. I don't have time to read all this, the complete book. What should I do? We have now some AI కొన్ని యాప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. మీరు బుక్ టైటిల్ కొట్టి మీరు దాని సమ్మరీ అడిగితే ఇట్స్ గివ్ ఆడియో సమ్మరీ ఆఫ్ ద కంప్లీట్ బుక్ విత్ హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ సమ్మరీ ఆఫ్ ద కంప్లీట్ బుక్. Now what I do smartly when I don't have time, I use AI in that way. Okay, people say I can read a book a day. No, it's not that easy. To reading a book a day is you have to keep all other things aside and do this. So that's why it's inevitable. AI is going to rule the world, every part of life. But thing is, don't kill your natural instincts. That's what I'm saying. It's a very tough job to balance both the things. But as much as possible, your analytical skills, your mathematical skills, your innovative skills, these things, please don't lose in the garb of artificial intelligence. And train the students also to update themselves, to nurture those talents. Don't push them towards against the wall. Okay? Don't put them in artificial intelligence drive. Let them develop their own skills. After one stage, they have to use anyhow artificial intelligence. We can't help it. Okay. So, a small thing I'm telling you, where we used to refer dictionaries. My cousin, we used to, when he wants to know the meaning of a word, he used to go for Google Drive, Google search engine. Then I always have dictionary on my table. Then he laughed at me, why still you are using dictionary? What happens? No, everything is there in our mobile phone. Why you are using dictionary? And I told him, when I see the dictionary, when I search for my particular word, I come across 10 other words. Isn't it? The previous word, I'll see the meaning of the previous word. I'll see the next word also. But when you type the word in Google bar, you will know the meaning of that word only, which is more advantageous. Now, which one should students take now? AI way or natural way? When I said this, my cousin stopped searching for the meanings using Google Drive. When you use your dictionary, you will see అన్నోటిస్డ్లీ మీకు తెలియకుండానే మనం ముందు 2-3 మాటలు తర్వాత 2-3 మాటలు చూస్తాం. అవి తెలిస్తే మనం మీనింగ్ చూడం. ఒకవేళ తెలియదు అనుకోండి, వాటి మీనింగ్ కూడా చూస్తాం మనం. సో వెన్ యూ సెర్చ్ ఫర్ వన్ వర్డ్ ఇన్ డిక్షనరీ, అన్నోయింగ్లీ యూ విల్ నో అనదర్ 3 or 4 words. which is not possible if you use Google bar. That is a simple way. As I said, artificial intelligence versus natural stupidity. That is a simple example. So if you inculcate those things in the student's mind, they will learn more vocabulary. Right? But of course, dictionary has its own boundaries. No? It cannot give the usage of that word, idiom or word. But if you see mobile, if you search it in website, they'll see how, in what ways, in how many ways that word can be used. Right? And what is the pronunciation, everything will be given there in that. So the difference between these two is a thin line between these two things. You have to understand that is a very thin line between, and you have to use these things wisely. That's where your wisdom plays an important role. Okay? If there are any questions, you can ask me. Yeah, please.
So as you have mentioned about quantum computing, do you really think that quantum computing is going to dominate AI, and how can we see the uses of quantum computing in our daily life?
Quantum computing and AI has nothing to do with that, both the things. They are not interrelated. AI is a parallel intelligence system. Quantum computing is complete altogether. There is a change in hardware also. In even the existing computing system, you have binary based, zeros and ones. If you take my picture now using your mobile phone, my image is saved as in your mobile as zeros and ones. Do you know that? Do you know that? Have you seen the earlier cameras with film roll undedi, film roll undedi? Have you seen the cameras? We used to take the roll to the studio, has to develop it and give the prints. That is completely, is not digital. It is what we call analog, right? In the digital cameras you have now in mobile phones. Now, if you take my picture, there is a reel in that. No, you don't put any photo reel in your camera, right? But my image is saved as a digital image in his camera. మీరు రీల్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు అప్పుడు లేదు, డిజిటల్ మెమరీ స్టిక్ మీద చేస్తున్నారు. మెమరీ స్టిక్ మీద ఏ ఫామ్లో సేవ్ అవుతుంది ఇమేజ్? అది ఇట్ ఈస్ సేవ్డ్ యాజ్ a matrix of zeros and ones. Again, mathematics here. Where is photography and where is mathematics? That's what I said. There are things are now interrelated. Where is photography? People used to say photography is, earlier people used to go for photography class. Now parents are saying don't go for photography. Now a lot of, so they are charging more than anything. These people, if you take video shooting for marriage, they are charging 7 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Now in digital camera, if you take a picture, your image is saved as a matrix. You know matrices? Have you studied matrix? That is stored as a matrix of zeros and ones, binary digits. Do you know binary digits? Binary digits. The existing computer system, it completely deals with zeros and ones only. Binary gate. Okay? If you say yes, 1. If you say no, 0. We have only 2 options. But in the advent of quantum computing, it's not zeros and ones. They are called bits. Bits, you know, have you heard that name, bits? Bits of memory. Right? 120 bits, 240 bits, 360 bits. B is binary. Now they are replacing that binary bits with qubits. Qubits, Q-I-B-I-T. Q stands for quantum. Now once quantum computer comes into picture, it's not zeros and ones. It can have anything between zeros and 1. So the memory system, your hardware processing system, everything changes completely now. It is now completely paradigm shift from zeros, ones to arbitrary numbers between zeros and ones. So that's why the memory system, the complication or the computational process, everything is going to be very much simplified. So this is something with the hardware part. Artificial intelligence, the algorithms, machine learning is somewhat with, they're all software aspect. You can have this artificial intelligence in quantum computing also. Okay? Hope you understand what I'm saying. Hope I answered your question properly.
Sir, how can we understand a subject that we cannot understand?
How can you understand the subject?
That we cannot understand.
Oh, it's a difficult question. This is the same problem now. How can I understand your question without understanding it? How do you understand your question without understanding it? Right. Nice. There is nothing like we don't understand. It is your mindset. It's your mindset. So, the best way is, it is a best technique, psychological technique that we adopt. Even today I adopt this technique. When we come across very serious administrative problem, need not be your classroom subjects or maybe the subjects I teach. Sometimes we get very complicated situations in our day-to-day administrative works. I think you knows it very well, and the principals, they come. You don't know, okay, issue jarugutundi, ఇద్దరి వైపు తప్పు ఉండదు, బట్ ఇద్దరి వైపు తప్పు కనబడుతుంది. We have to deal with such things in day-to-day also very delicately. Very delicately. Now what you do is, you divide the problem or the subject so-called that you understand into smaller parts. Smaller parts. Okay? Smaller parts can divide చేసుకొని స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి ఎస్ ఇది అయిపోయింది రైట్, ఓకే అమ్మయ్య ఒక పార్ట్ నాకు అర్థమైంది, దెన్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ పార్ట్, దెన్ గో టు ద నెక్స్ట్ పార్ట్. That is the only way of solving, divided into smaller parts. Even today we follow, you can ask him also. Sometimes administrative issues kuda we divide into smaller issues and then solve it. Nothing is impossible. First have that confidence, you can achieve everything. Okay? Right. So I thank you very much, all of you, for patient listening to my talk. Good or bad, I don't know. You have to judge that. So once again I thank the management and the staff, everybody. Jai Hind.